we actually have the ability to walk on water. We are the Christ. So it says we have the ability to regenerate particular DNA strand. The potential, we also have the potential to stimulate certain hormonal functions of the endocrine system. That's your pineal gland. We have the ability to have dominion and control over this. And we have properties which can somehow activate a physical field beyond that of our familiar dimension. Come on. We can even create an aura around us. How many people saw War of the Worlds? What happened? In the street, the concrete, a particular lightning bolt came down and hit the ground. That's the concrete streets we live in. What resurrected out of those from the light? This is Kabbalistic here. The light that comes down and hits the particular earth element, and what resurrected out of it? A form of technology. These aliens. The DNA that forms the X's, you are the extraterrestrial is what I'm trying to say here. So when these animals, these particular technology came out, and the U.S. Army and all them were trying to shoot them, what happened? Didn't they have this purple aura around them?
Check.
This is you, come on. Now how did they die? They fucked around and started eating. Their aura was gone, and that's how they died. This is us. Yeah. See, part of the earth element and watching the hieroglyphs, motherfuckers got to take their ass to the movies.
That's right.
This is where we at. These are the modern day hieroglyphs, and the white one, he's bragging because we don't know. But I sit back, and this isn't a slave particular environment. I brought heaven down to earth. I said, white boy, go ahead and slave and do the creation of what is already in here. You just can't have the particular lens in your body to view it, so you need the projector to act as your pineal gland to put it on the screen. I can do it in here already. So I just get the 3D animation to make it better for me. This is actually, this is hieroglyphics on crack. You see what I'm saying? This is what it actually is. So take your asses to the movies. Take your girl to the movies. That shit ain't played out. I take my girl to the movies, or we rent a flick. I just bought a 37-inch screen so I can see the shit right in the crib. I don't got to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I bought a Wega. She was like $500, something like that. But I sacrificed so I could bring those things into my existence. I bring heaven down on earth. So I could deal with the simple things. Little TV, little couch, things of that nature. I live the simple life. But it's heaven to me. I don't need the big rims. I don't need all of that. And I'm in the apex of when that shit is supposed to take me over. I'm 26 years old. I'm supposed to be aspiring to be in the industry. To perform in front of hundreds of people. Hundreds of thousands of people. But I know that's not where the truth is at. It's in small pockets. We got to get unplugged. And this is what we actually did. Now, if Chris, if you could hit the lights. See, everybody thought I'm talking about shoelaces and it don't make sense. This is Michael Jordan's sneaker that came out.
Whoa. The
last sneaker that came out. And they didn't, before it came out, they didn't show you the shoe. They merely put out the shoelaces. Come on. Now, it's not even plastic. This shit is like some platinum up here. Come on.
Sure, it don't come off.
It don't even come off.
Wow.
This gets deeper, y'all.
Wow.
I'm gonna show y'all who Michael Jordan really was and how the crackers deified him on y'all asses. Come on. Now y'all see why I talked about the twisty in the DNA?
Yes, sir.
Look at the way it looks.
Excuse me?
Look at the way it looks.
Exactly. It's the heel. It's bread. It's DNA. Come on, y'all. These are the serpents. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up because they're gonna tell you right in the article. Chris, if you could turn on the lights because I can't see this, but I got the magazine right here. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. I got the magazine right here because I got to read that to y'all what it says. This is what the twisty give you access to. You got to start talking to your DNA. This is what the real power in hip-hop is, how we have a weapon. We have weapons on our hands and we don't know. And the white boy knows it and he's so fucking scared right now. And it's through hip-hop. It's through hip-hop. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. No, actually keep the lights on. Y'all can see that still, right? This is another page because it went on for several pages. But it says, MJ's game says it all. More than points and steals, more than dunks and assists, Michael's game has been a mix of how he played, who he is, and what he stands for. It's his heart. Count him out with me. It's his heart, his desire, his vision, creativity, grace, strength, and will. How many is that, y'all? Come on. Seven. No single component nearly as effective or powerful without the others. Our chakras all interface. You can't use one without the other. The root chakra causes the manifestation for you to bring Kether or the crown chakra down. The heart is where the soul lies. The solar plexus is where you actually practice Reiki energy and bring in the solar phallic energies from the universe. This is where the woman creates the navel chakra. This is where the woman's womb is at. The throat chakra is where I can articulate this lecture from you. They all interface and they all play, but they're talking about Michael Jordan's game. Now, no single component nearly as effective or powerful as the without the others. Together they enable him to defy gravity, walking on water. You see the evolutionary process of what Willis Reed did, what Wilt Chamberlain did, what Nate Archibald did, what Clyde Frazier did on the Knicks. Who else?
Dr. J.
Dr. J. You seen the evolutionary process of what Michael Jordan came and did. He used to study tapes and watch the hieroglyphs of the animate expressions of himself, his ancestors, and now he further told himself, I got to step it up.
Now you got LeBron.
Now you got LeBron. You see what them boys is doing on the international games right now? They're blowing them kids out. Just a couple of years ago, they was getting, they were losing. They were losing, and now they said, "Nah, we gotta take this shit over." So you see what LeBron is doing. What is LeBron? 21 years old, years old, and he's off the chain. So it says, together they enable him to defy gravity, work miracles, and earn rings. The motherfucking Lord of the Rings. Y'all seen that ad where he put all the rings on? He's like, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
He's shining on y'all. Now, they are what made Michael Jordan. They are what made Michael. They are what made Michael the greatest to ever play. They are Michael's DNA. So it says in here. It says it in here. So when I'm reading it from here, and I'm talking about horns and shoelaces and the ability to replicate, I looked in the Double XL magazine and they advertising the sneaker. So instead of getting into the materialism, like I said, use the twisty language to get away from materialism so you can interface with the real material. It ain't about the money.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Like one of my man C. Ray's Wall says, he's making fun of Jay-Z's rhymes. And if you're truly paid, that's new to me. It's bigger than your cars and your jewelry. He made fun of his rhyme. It's bigger than the material world. This is what it's really about. The hell with Jordans. My closet used to be stacked. Yeah, it's my queen. I one time when in our preliminary stages of our relationship, I asked her for $100 to go buy a pair of kicks. This when I didn't even have the money to do it. And I'm trying, you see what I'm saying? Like, this was the psychosis. And now we look back, she's like, babe, you were so desperate to have them kicks when they came out, you asked me to borrow $100. You see what I'm saying? And now that I got away from the materialism, money's not an object in my life because I don't strive for these particular things. What I'm trying to say is, money's never been a problem of our community. But if you go to the Fulton Street Mall, if you go uptown 125th Street, everybody got the latest on. Everybody got the latest on. So money's never been our particular problem. It's just what we actually crave for. If we shut this shit down and just stop buying, America would go crazy. America would go crazy. And you shouldn't judge the next dude on what he got on. You sizing him up before he even steps to you. Next. I could be trying to kick the twisty to you, but I come simple with fatigues. You know what I'm saying? A spiritual shirt that some of the brothers, the twins picked up. I need to get some of their shirts. Y'all look past me. You see what I'm saying? Because I got the lots. He into that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? You know? So it's crazy. These are indigenous forms of what we used to look like. Y'all got to defocalize. Not y'all, but the people in the street. Defocalize so we can actually see the greatness. I glow. You see what I'm saying? From adopting the vegetarian diet, I put shea butter on my skin. I go get the African oils from some of the Africans who are on 125th Street. So when I pass by, God, man, that nigga smell good. Oh, shit. You see what I'm saying? So we can actually get into aromatherapy. So when I merely pass by, just from the smell that I radiate, whether I'm pass off, whether I'm wearing blue now, y'all can know what I'm into. We got to start getting into these things because the smells tap you into higher sciences. Now, there's another page. Turn the lights down low so they can just see this right here. This is just the last page. And out of the darkness, the whiteness, the sneakers emerging. You see what I'm saying? But I'll turn it back on so I can read that up there because this is where it gets deep. How many traits did I tell y'all there were? 7. The Jordan, the 21st edition, XX&1, that's 21. And you can see the serpent, so they did it in that fashion. The Jordan 21 is inspired by these 7 traits. The keys to developing your own game. They are the foundation upon which your house will be built. What house are we talking about? The kingdom. Brother Ahmed will tell you about that house, that kingdom. I'm going to let him go into that with Kabbalah because the brother is bringing us something very deep. So the next time you're out working on your game and they pass you the rock, don't just take it to the hole. Take it to the next level. This is what we're talking about with hip-hop. Take it to the next level. Don't just bend rims, bend expectations. We're talking about having the fifth element, as Ahmed is going to get into, and bending reality with these four elements. Doing like the technology resurrected out of the ground in the movie War of the Worlds and obliterating these crackers. This is the technology that we're talking about come 2012 with your music hip-hop. This shit is nothing to be played with. Now, bend expectations. Let them see you. Let them see you and feel you, and by the very virtue of your love, the truth in your game, they will hear you. Let your game speak. Now, did I not hit something when I tapped into this? I'm like, I gotta give this to the people. You see what I'm saying? This is what the DNA is actually bringing. This is the twisty Tutsi language. And what I do is, I took out this particular what I call a hieroglyph, and I built a temple in my house. The same way we used to look at the Kemetic temples and you saw the Caduceus, and when we get back into the science, we're like, oh shit, they had the Caduceus way back in Kemet. You don't need money to build a temple. We don't have to become the great Grandmaster Mason that mastered in sacred geometry and knew how to build these. We're not getting to that level anymore. That was their science. They used to take the mushrooms and the DNA, used to tell them how to do it. That's what the ancestors did. Right now, we have to deal with the basics because we're in the hood. It's ghetto. It's hood. What I did was I cut this out and I put it on my wall. And I cut out the article and I cut out part of this article and I photocopied it and I put it on my wall. I took a glue stick and I glued it on there. And when people come to my crib, my house is decked out. If y'all seen the Chaotic Alchemy lecture, everybody's like, oh shit. My room looks like upstairs in the movie The Skeleton Key. You see what I'm saying? So when I go in and I burn my incense, this is why I defocalize and I get away from this crazy shit. I only come out to 125th Street to pick up some tape from Sonetta and I'm out. I can't be in that zoo all the time. And y'all need to give it up to Sonetta because he deals with that every day. So you know the Kundalini energy that's flowing through this brother. And he keeps it very grounded. Right. He deals with the metaphysical information. He brings you the militant information. He's bringing you all aspects of the information to make sure that he's reaching people who are just coming in and those of us who are upstairs with it. He covers the whole gamut. That's a real warrior. So we're dealing with warriorship, and he's here documenting a hip-hop tape, and he's rolling with the music.